Speaker, my question is to the Minister for Tertiary Education and asks, how is the government helping Cantabrians upskill for the Christchurch rebuild?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, last week the Government announced it has committed a further $28 million from the Skills for Canterbury contingency to maintain the extended training pipeline for tradespeople for the Canterbury rebuild. This ensures that in 2013 providers will be able to build on the additional 3,500 trades training places and student support provided over the last 2 years. Christchurch will require thousands of builders, plumbers, landscapers, electricians and engineers. It's crucial we have sufficient skilled tradespeople to meet this demand, and the trades training funding under Skills for Canterbury is helping to ensure sufficient, appropriately skilled people will be available.
Colin.
Speaker, supplementary question to the Minister. How much has been invested to date in the Skills for Canterbury initiative?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, the amount spent in total to date is now $65.2 million. This includes $16.7 million from TEC baselines, $11.7 million of reprioritisation from polytechs and institutes of technology, and now $36.8 million from the Skills for Canterbury contingency. This money is invested in places this year and last year, with similar numbers to be available in 2013. Initiatives include the Pacific Trades Initiative, the Māori Trades Training Initiative, and funding for the new Skills and Employment Hub. Can I say, Mr Speaker, there are places available right now for people to be involved in the Christchurch rebuild. Skirt, for example, is recruiting for around 1,000 people to be trained and employed for the rebuild, and I strongly encourage anyone who is interested in being part of it to contact their local training provider and find out the opportunities available to them.
Question of Colin King.
Supplementary to the Minister. Has he seen any other proposals about how government might have allocated the funding?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, indeed I have seen and received a number of suggestions over the last year advocating that the entire Skills for Canterbury contingency fund be spent immediately, if not sooner, irrespective of need, rather than on an required basis. These proposals came from a group of people whose definition of success is entirely about how much money they can shove out the door as quickly as possible rather than what is required. These people have no concept on how to balance the books. I am, of course, referring to the New Zealand Labour Party.
The Minister was lucky that was the very last word he said, because he should not attribute his summary of policies to another party, especially in response to a question from his own colleague. Dr Megan Woods, supplementary question.
Was he advised in March this year that in order to meet the demands of the rebuild, there was a requirement for 1,000 additional skirt places to be established in 2012? And if so, why was there an 8-month delay before Minister Brownlee launched skirt training and employment program on 1 November 2012?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr Speaker, in response to the question, of course, it was required, it was needed in 2012, and it has been provided in 2012.
Point of order,
Speaker,
Dr Megan.
I seek leave to table a document, a briefing from the Tertiary Education Commission to Minister Joyce dated the 28th of March, which shows a requirement for 1,000 additional places made in 2012, made up of 500 upskilling of current employees.
Sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection. Question number 4, the Honourable David Parker.
Thank you, Mr.